10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Let's go.
Let's go. Hey, wait, we got one more. Make it official, right? JT's favorite song.
Let's go raise the stakes. Let's go raise the stakes with JT and Carrie T. Let's go.
Oh,
Love that song, man, because I know it's Friday.
Friday again.
Let's go
Oh,
raise
wait,
the
we got it twice. We got it on a loop. Friday every. How's it going, JT?
It's going good, buddy. How you doing?
I'm doing pretty good. As you can see, I'm at the world famous Montello Theater prepping for 1 week from tomorrow. You're gonna be sitting right in the seat, JT. I need you in the front row, my backup. We're doing a meetup with Dr. Tony Hampton at Montello Theater, and all of these seats behind me, almost all of them are already full. We got a couple left. So if anyone is like, hey, I'm going to be in the Montello area and you want to come join us, there's a link in the description below. You got to register and lock in one of those seats. It's completely free. JT, I put that all over the thing because people are like, what is this dude selling me? Is this like a diet plan? Like what is his angle here? And I'm like, it's nothing. It's literally completely free, and we're not selling you anything.
You reserve your ticket and you get to hang out with the knucklehead duo, me and Carrie. I mean, come on, it's gonna be fun.
Man, what a day. It's gonna be fun. Dr. Hampton's going to be here. Who's Your Carnivore? Brett's going to be here. A lot of other carnivores are going to be here. It's going to be fun, though, too, because then a couple hours later, we got Kung Fu Panda.
Yeah, that's
JT's brainchild, which is so awesome and generous of you to do. First 50 kids free.
Did you see my? I think I text you a picture of me in the suit.
Yes, that's so exciting.
I put it on the official background too.
My cousin just called me, and he was going to come up on Friday with his son. And I was like, you should really maybe do that Saturday instead. If you want to get your picture taken with the Kung Fu Panda. So he's coming up Saturday instead.
Cool. Yeah. And then you'll have it for the rest of the days as well. Because I'll just leave it with you like I did the Paw Patrol one.
Right.
Who doesn't want to see Carrie hop in a Kung Fu Panda suit?
Man, crazy week. So how you been doing? How's your week going?
Man, I've been sick all week, unfortunately, but man, I wouldn't miss an opportunity to come on here and raise the stakes with you guys and kick off the weekend. Just because I'm sick doesn't mean everybody else is. So.
Right. I had this crazy, like my wisdom. I'm 43 years old. I don't know how all this works, but my wisdom tooth is coming in weird. Finally, just on this one side, and like the whole side of my face has been bothering me.
So I might have the same problem one day. I never had mine taken out.
Yeah. So I titled this Raise the Stakes Episode 7, Kids in the Future. I don't know, JT, we were talking about this a little bit before. I've been thinking about this more and more and how messed up I was. And I ate pretty bad. Like I remember Jen and I met when we were 14. That was in 1994. And I was eating McDonald's. My first job was at McDonald's. My second job was eating McDonald's. I was going out to eat all the time. And that was like, I don't know. A lot of people don't know this, but my parents got divorced. And man, we had it rough for a couple of years, like living with my mom after my parents got divorced. We were living on couches, basements of neighbors' houses, and just barely scratching by. So when I got my first job and had my own money, that was it. Like we'd go out and get food. And that was like the big treat. We didn't have all these phones and entertainment and stuff. I mean, we had phones, but we didn't have the iPhone and all that stuff. So it was like, what do you want to do? Oh, let's go get some food. Let's go get some Mexican food. Let's go to Burrito Buenos. Let's go to McDonald's.
Bueno.
So anyways, I ate pretty junky in my teenage years, obviously, and that led to the depression and the IBS and more in the adult years. But I was recently thinking about my girls, triplets are 16 now, and their peers, all the kids they're going to school with, and they're eating way worse than I was. Like when you count all of the sugar and all of the seed oils, like we had some seed oils back then, but now they're in everything. We had a lot of sugar back then. It's in everything. And now you got the pesticides and the glyphosates and the little microplastics that are in everything now. Long story short, I'm really worried about this next generation. I hate when you watch the news and it's all like fear-driven stuff, but there's things that are truths that we can't just bury our head in the sand, and we got to address. So I don't know. I was thinking this whole healing humanity thing is obviously very important. But I think it's even more important when you think about the next generation of kids, because it's like a couple of years, a decade, like everything seems fine now. They're eating this junky food. It's not going to happen instantly, but a couple of years from now, I'm just worried we're going to get 10 years down the road from now and be like, grim. This is really bad. Lots of health issues, lots of mental health issues, physical issues, stuff like that. So
It's already happening. I was just telling you, my wife works with kids with autism, and Dr. Chafee's been going on and on about how, especially kids with autism, if you catch it early enough, you can reverse autism completely.
wow.
Didn't know that was possible, but he said with carnivore diet is, and he said with adults, you can almost limit the symptoms of autism down to zero. But you can't obviously reverse it. They've had it too long. But she's not allowed at all to talk about the carnivore diet. It's just it's a shame, man. Like she's right, and her company would have so much more success with these kids if she was allowed to just recommend to the parents, hey, you might want to get them off all this junk, and that's going to help them do a lot better with their autism.
Right.
It's a shame, man.
There was a documentary. What was that one? I keep getting them mixed up in my head because I've watched so many documentaries, but someone in the comments will mention it's on Amazon Prime now. I've watched it twice now. It's a really good one. And there was a young girl in there that had autism. They put her on. It wasn't carnivore. It was strict keto. And it was amazing how she reversed. And I recently interviewed a woman that was around my age, an adult woman that was diagnosed with autism. And she just reversed that and so many things, eating proper human diet. It's kind of crazy. Yeah.
I did a live stream with Dr. Chafee about the entire thing was about kids on the carnivore diet. And I'll put the link in my description to this video if anybody wants to check it out. But it's here, I'll put it in the chat. But it's an amazing conversation we had with Dr. Chafee, because you just sometimes you think, like, maybe as a parent or as a grandparent, I was talking with Robin, like, am I doing good by my kid by feeding them all this bacon and eggs and stuff? And you are. It's the most nutrient dense food you can get. So, the carnivore diet. So to get our kids on this stuff, they're going to grow up bigger, stronger. Their bones are going to be thicker, when they get on this standard American diet and stuff, I feel like they don't grow to their full potential.
Right. Yeah. We got some good comments coming through. What was I going to say? Oh, on the kids, JT, and Anna not being able to talk to the kids. It's such a shame. It sounds just like Jeff and his buddy Dwight. I was talking to Dwight yesterday. They both do coaching. And they're not even like, hey, this kid should do carnivore. They're just like, oh, maybe some of the sugars and some of the stuff, maybe they're all inflamed because they're eating highly inflammatory food.
You're not allowed to say anything, man.
Yeah, even saying it that way.
You're allowed to. You go to some of these schools now. They're teaching all this crap about more than two genders now. Like, you're allowed to go into all this political crap about, how there's more than two genders, which there's not. But I just think it's crazy how you're allowed to talk about that wild stuff, but you're not allowed to talk about the carnivore diet.
Right. So completely off limits. Even my thought was, can't you just approach it differently? Just don't even mention carnivore. Just approach it from an elimination diet. But I think even Dwight was saying, even doing that just casually, hey, maybe if they just eliminated some of this poisonous, addictive sugar and seed oils, they'd start feeling better. And they get pushback for even saying that. Anything that goes against that cultural, social norm we have, everyone's like, no, you can't do that. You can't talk about it. And I don't know. It's insane. We gotta change that for sure. It
sucks, man.
Who's your carnivore, Brett? He's going to be here with us next week, JT. Saw an interview with the CEO of Kellogg's, and they're now trying to market cereal for dinner. Yeah, I saw that one too. Insane.
That's nuts. When I did eat cereal all the time, it was mostly Captain Crunch, peanut butter Captain Crunch.
Yeah.
And I would eat that no matter what time of the day, man. So I would eat it for dinner sometimes because it's sugar filled, man. And when I did eat cereals prior to carnivore diet, that was my go-to. It was the peanut butter Captain Crunch, and sometimes I would want it more at night. So
Right.
I can see it, but it's not healthy for you.
I did that video, I don't know, like a week ago on the Cheerios. Cheerios was in the news for causing, what was it, fertility issues or some crazy side effects with it. And I was like, yeah, man, I remember when I used to eat Cheerios too. When you look at the ingredients in Cheerios, it's oats, but that's just starch, and starch just breaks down like sugar. And then the second ingredient is starch. And then the third ingredient is sugar. So it's like sugar, sugar, sugar. But then I remember back in the day when I'd have Cheerios because I was trying to eat healthier cereal, the heart healthy stuff.
Yeah.
I'd just take sugar and I'd pour it on the top of it. Spoonfuls of sugar, cut up a banana on it.
Cereals are so damn plain.
Right?
Yeah. Yeah, it's tough, man. It's tough. And I think the time, like, we get this documentary out there, and especially we start getting these studies out there, especially ones on kids. And then we could start getting people to, because people still have that fear, like, oh, is this going to be unhealthy for my kid? No, it's not, man. What's unhealthy, and like, go back to my wife with working with the kids with autism. A lot of them have, these problems controlling their emotions and things. And she'll even say too, like, they had the same thing. She'll be changing a diaper or whatever. And it's just, they're all rashed up and stuff from all. And when I had William on these veggie packs and stuff like that, he would get the worst diaper rash ever. It was to the point where he would cry because his butt was so sore. Now on carnivore, he doesn't have that issue anymore. And I would feel so bad because I would have to change him and wipe him, and he was sore. And now that we switched off of onto carnivore, he doesn't get that sore butt anymore, So I feel bad for the kids just in general. How they're growing up, and the diapers. Everything's different on carnivore. So
yeah. Hey, JT, I got a special guest here. Jen's here. She's gonna sit in for me for a minute. We're having a major problem with our projector, and the guy's calling right now. But there's a bunch of good comments too. You guys could catch up on. But hey, Jen, come say hi. She's shaking her head.
Oh.
I'll be right back.
Hey, Jen,
Hi.
how you doing?
Good. How are you?
I'm good.
I'll be right back.
Hi. Yeah, a little different. I'm here.
That's all right. It's a nice change up.
You can tell about the archery, please.
Oh, the archery. Yeah.
Don't talk about the.
That didn't help. So how you doing?
I've been sick all week, but I'm doing good. I'd rather be sick this last week than leading up into the Saturday with Amanda. So I was like, let's just get it out of my system and get ready to go.
Yeah, I'm hoping it's me. I'm not feeling too well, but I think it's just allergies, I hope.
Okay. Yeah,
you'll be sick next weekend.
William caught the same cold as I had, and on top of it, he was rubbing his butt, then he rubbed his eyes, and he got pink eye.
Poor
so I
baby.
had to put drops in there, and it's been a week, but
yeah. Aw. So however I can help now. Unfortunately, I was here last night doing the theater and trying to do the movie, and I didn't delete anything, I promise. Came here this morning and it's all gone, and I have no idea what happened. The movie would not load for me last night, so I was here for about 3 hours trying to get it fixed, and I have no idea what happened to it. So I'm glad he's here knowing what he's doing with it, because I have no clue.
Well, hopefully they get it worked out, right?
Yeah, we need it for tonight for sure. Plus he's trying to do get ready for when Dr. Hampton's talking, so we need to get it figured out pretty soon.
Yeah, it's coming soon. And speaking of that, you guys, I think only 32 seats left. Hoosier Carnivore said. So if you guys want to reserve your ticket, you can hang out with both the knuckleheads, me and Carrie. Nancy Chandler, I had lingua for lunch yesterday. Do you know what that is? Lingua?
You're running. Are you good? Okay. All right. Bye, guys. He's back here now. No, I don't know. Put it towards you then, and then you.
You guys can tag team it.
Tag team it.
I was just telling him what was going on
Oh,
upstairs.
sorry about that. We're all good. Oh, thank goodness.
What was it?
I was so scared, JT. So Jen loaded the movie
That
yesterday.
quick?
Who said that?
Yeah. Oh, it was.
Holy crap! You got a good friend.
Yes. We have a guy named Andy Collins. Shout out. He's the projector expert. But Jen loaded the movie yesterday, and it didn't work for some reason because we play a movie every Friday night. And this morning it worked, but everything was just deleted out of the projector, including one thing called HDMI. Long story short, JT, HDMI is what will project Dr. Hampton onto the big screen next week. And then this guy, Andy, called me. He's like, I've never seen this happen before. It doesn't just disappear. It's in there. I'm like, what did you do? And so I'm like, well, Dr. Hampton's going to be here in a week, and we're not going to be able to project him on the screen. The whole reason I'm here right now was to do a trial practice run again. But long story short, Andy's like, push this button, switch this over, move this menu, and you're good to go. And it's good to go now. So
you know what to do now if it ever happens.
Yeah, if it ever happens again, we don't know why it happened or how it happened.
Don't look at me. I didn't do it.
As long as we don't delete Kung Fu Panda too.
No,
Yes.
that's there.
It's sitting up there right now, ready to go.
Yep.
We're playing Madame Web, which
We'll see how it goes.
we'll see. Yeah, exactly. My thoughts
Not
exactly.
so good things about that one.
Yeah, we didn't have anything to
Oh,
switch it to.
Hey,
so.
JT, you want to hear some really good news too?
Yeah.
JT's mom is amazing. Your mom's name is Melody, right?
Yep, Melody.
Shout out Melody.
Yeah, I can't wait to meet her.
She sent Emma some stuff, and it was so sweet and so nice. And JT's mom we've got a patron here at the theater named Tim, and Tim is amazing. Tim dresses up like Spider-Man, and he walks around the town. Tim went to school with the triplets. He's the sweetest, nicest guy, and he's always dressing up in different superhero things and walking around town. I should just find it. But long story short, this morning I'm on Facebook, and there's a picture of Tim with a policeman. I'm like, uh-oh, what did Tim get into? Well, the policeman was doing this with him, fist bumping him, and giving him a $25 gift card to recognize him for going around Montello and keeping the city safe dressed up as Spider-Man.
Yeah, that was awesome.
Oh, it was just beautiful. I was like, go, Tim. I want to get Tim. Tim, if you're watching right now, I'm like, Tim, you got to come in here, get Tim working behind, helping us with the tickets or something at the movie theater, because he's just such an inspiration. And JT's mom made Tim a blanket, which just amazing. So sweet, so nice.
Tim is our friendly neighborhood Spider-Man.
Yes, the world needs more Tims. And Tim, I just thought of that because when we said Madame Web, it's like, I don't know, but Tim's excited to see it. So I'm like, man, if Tim's going to get a kick out of it, let's go. After this, we got a lot of really good movies coming up with Kung Fu Panda, then Ghostbusters right after that. We got the Ghostbusters van coming out, a little Ghostbusters car. A guy's got like a little replica kind of deal. So should be fun.
Yeah, and I was talking to my wife too, and she's real excited about doing that sensory night for adults and kids with disabilities. I think that'd be a lot of fun.
That's awesome. 100%. And I mentioned that when we did the news. So I missed, thank you, JT, covered for me last Friday. We had 2 different news stations come out right here in the theater. This was exactly 1 week ago. So I missed this podcast JT covered for me. I mentioned that to him. Like the first interview was like an hour, and they used like 2 minutes of it, which is normally what happens. So, but
20 seconds. The other one, I was like, come on, man.
Yeah, the other one was so quick. I'm like, that's it. Let's go. But JT, on Sunday, Marcus, what news is he from? There's a third guy coming, another news guy. So I'm going to pitch it again. I'm going to mention that event as well. I mentioned Kung Fu Panda. I mentioned the whole thing with the vets. So, but yeah, the vet thing has been crazy. We're up to over 400 tickets for vets. Jen and I put our own money in it, and we're like, if we get no more donations or whatever, we're just going to keep doing it ourselves. But if you build it, they will come. There's a campground that they're like, we want to donate $100 and a couple local businesses and stuff too. So it wasn't
doing great.
Yeah, it wasn't our intention,
Right.
but yeah, we got 400 tickets covered now, which is pretty awesome.
That's the vacuum law. You got to make room for the good you want. So, if you want people to pay it forward, you got to set that up and get the flow going. my gramps is giving me $50 towards that. He wants,
Aw.
'cause he's a vet himself. He actually had his own driver in the military.
Wow.
So, and he got to stand on Hitler's podium, and he's done a lot of cool stuff in his day. But he's 94, going to be 94 soon. So
No, he looks good for that then.
He's a carnivore.
That's why.
he's ketovore. He's ketovore.
Ketovore.
Okay.
Mostly carnivore, right?
Right. Yeah, he eats mostly meat, and then once in a while he'll have like some fruits and veggies.
That's my thing with everyone that's
I think
cool.
He's doing it wrong. You know, he's 90. He's older than I am, man, and he's looking
Right? He's figured it out.
Doing it wrong.
Yeah.
Did you mention this at all?
Mm-mm.
Oh. The other thing this last week, JT, since we last met, 2 days ago, Jen and I went to this place, Matthew's Archery. I won't spend too much time on it because I talked
Archer
about.
guy you were telling me about?
What's that?
Is that the Archer guy you were telling me about?
Yeah. Oh my goodness. This guy, he's a fan of the channel, and he wanted me to come out and take a tour. It was in Sparta, about an hour and a half from our house. It's Matthew's Archery, which I don't know that much about this stuff. I've since learned it's one of the biggest compound bow manufacturers in the whole world. They're like world famous. They're sought after. And this guy, Matt, who ran the company, he was poor. He started out with nothing, but he really liked engineering. And so he's like, I can make a better bow. I can make it more efficient. And he came up with it, and it just started snowballing. And now he's got 400 employees. He took us on a tour of this facility. It was like the Tesla factory. There's robots putting stuff together.
That was
400
cool.
employees, and
Wow.
then the triplets came with. We took them out of school for the day, like a field trip. He's like, I want to teach them how to do archery. So we went down in the lower level, and it was a soundproof little area. It's like 50 yards long or whatever. And we were shooting archery. He taught all of the girls how to shoot archery. And then at the end, he's like, I'm going to hook them all up. They should start hunting. He gave each of the girls a compound bow, different color. And it was the coolest thing. It was so nice. And then, of course, we're in the car ride going home, and the girls were like, he was just so nice. He was just awesome. I'm like, he's a carnivore. That's my justification for everything. But him and his wife were both carnivore. And then the last thing I want to say, JT, because you'd like this with your music background. After we got done with that, he's like, let's go down the road to the guitar shop. This guy makes world-famous, world-class guitars. They're called McPherson guitars, if anyone wants to look it up. And there's several famous country country music singers that they won't use anything. They only want a McPherson. I'm like, what do you do, like thousands of these things? He's like, no, we do like 40 or 50 a year. They're handmade from wood, custom ingrained. They're like beautiful pieces of art. He handed me one, and I'm like, oh, this is so cool. And I'm looking at it. He's like, that's $100,000 guitar you're holding. I'm like, whoa, wait a minute. Why didn't you tell me that before you handed me the thing?
So like inlaid with stuff. It was beautiful.
Yeah.
We had I'll show you this real quick. We're just talking music. Let me share my screen. This is the guy who made our guitar picks. He makes the guitar picks for Willie Nelson, Guthrie Thomas. And he made because we had a rap rock group. So my guitarist, he wanted custom made guitar picks, and I found this guy. And it was funny. I wanted this certain green that was in there. I think you can kind of see it right there. It's like it's a pot leaf green right there. Yeah. But I wanted that green, and he says, I don't know. He says, that's Willie's green. I got to ask him. And I said, okay. And then he's like, send me your music, and I'll send it to Willie. I was like, you're going to send our music to Willie Nelson? I was like, holy crap. Which he did. And then he's like, yeah, Willie says you guys got potential. You can use the green. I was like, cool.
Nice.
But he's like, he would custom make any guitar pick, and it was just fun.
Yeah. Yeah, good stuff. Yeah, so it's been kind of a crazy week. I got a big video coming out tomorrow about Bill Gates. And I should show you this. Well, I don't pull it up. I don't know if you saw it, but I posted.
Master?
What's that?
The M&M King?
Yeah. So apparently, if you guys haven't heard,
M&Ms, right?
What's that?
He said peanut M&Ms were healthier than meat, right?
Peanut M&Ms, per Bill Gates study, peanut M&Ms are healthier than beef and pork. The study also said potato chips and cereal are healthier than beef and pork. Yeah. So I did a little.
Look at him. Bill Gates. He looks incredible. Did you see that bod?
Yeah, right.
Mm.
Yeah.
I don't
So-
understand. Just because you got a lot of money doesn't mean you should be given health tips.
Right. Well, that's the point I make. So that video is going live tomorrow. I kind of went a little overboard, but that was the point I was making. I'm like, wow, Bill Gates, he's a computer programmer, a nutritionist, he's a doctor. He was like a specialist during the pandemic, telling everyone what they should do then. Like, man, this guy knows it all.
Well, yeah, you got enough money. You can tell everybody what, and who's going to say anything different, man? You got a lot of money.
Well, the thing is, it was like, that was one thing that annoyed me back in the day, JT, when I was so unhealthy and I'd go to the doctor and the doctor would be like, you should do this, Carrie. But then the doctor was way overweight and not healthy. And I'm not fat shaming, but I'm like, if you're giving me advice and you're a doctor and you're such a smart guy, shouldn't you have it figured out, at least like the weight part? And then
Like,
you look at Bill Gates, looks like one of the most unhealthy persons I've ever seen.
I know. That's why I go to, my coach always tell me, you want to go to a healthy doctor. You don't want to go to a sick doctor, and you don't want to take financial advice from someone who's broke.
Right.
So I look at Chafee, I'm like, man, that's
my doctor, Dr. Baker, Dr. Barry, right? You don't want to take, I think you said this one before, you take your car to a mechanic and he's got a broken down car and there's broken down cars all over the yard and he's riding around on a bike because his car don't work. No, you want to go to the guy that knows what he's doing.
Most carpenters, it was kind of a joke. My dad was friends with a lot of carpenters. All their houses were kind of needing something here and there because they're always working on other people's
Right.
stuff rather than their own. But you wanna go to where you can get some good advice.
That's why I love Dr. Hampton, who we're going to have on the big screen in a week from today, because he's a good doctor. He's in great shape. Like, when he tells me how long he's been a doctor before, I'm like, are you kidding me, man? You look so much younger than that. But he is practicing what he's preaching on himself and his own patients and having incredible results. So that's my kind of doctor.
And nobody says carnivore the way Dr. Tony Hampton does. I envy the way he says carnivore. Just the way he always says it. I'm like, dude, I love that, man. Carnivore.
Yeah, so this thing on Saturday, JT's my backup. We'll pull you right up too, JT, but I don't know what I'm getting into. It'll be great. I'm used to doing all of these live streams right now, right, in front of 100 people, a couple hundred people. When we did the 24-hour live stream, we had like 1,800 people on at one time. That's like nothing, but standing up here with them live, that's a whole different ballgame. I'm not nervous about it. I just want to do a good job. The only thing, I just want to be prepared because the technology part of it's tricky. Getting this to work with Dr. Hampton on the screen, no echo going in between, and like live and simultaneous, but we'll
Just
figure it out.
This time, Carrie.
What's that?
Just don't turn it off this time.
Yeah, right.
Carrie was like, yeah, I'm cooking a steak right here. Check this out. Beep. And that was like, okay, I guess the 24-hour live stream's over.
There goes 1,800 people. All done.
No big deal.
Yeah. So my only worry is if the internet goes out. And if that happens, you guys, we're going to be talking to Dr. JT. He's going to be coming up and finishing the presentation for Dr. Hampton.
I'll have to, study up on some Dr. Hampton, Dr. Chafee, and Dr. Barry, who just hit 3 million subscribers.
Right.
That's carnivore news for everybody.
That's incredible. Man, talk about reaching a lot of people. 3 million. It was so cool too. I was so happy because I don't know if you guys watched it, but he did a video on the 3 million, and there's 3 million subscribers, and there was like 3 clips in there from when Adam and I went and filmed with him and did a YouTube video that Dr. Barry used in the 3 million video. So I was like, yes, I made it. Just crazy.
Yeah, especially where it says your family hates the Dr. Barry.
Right.
I'm like, don't tell him that.
Yeah, it's good stuff. So, man, we're getting some comments coming through here. Let's see what we got.
Yeah, let's do a carnivore roll call too. Where are you guys watching from?
Oh, cool. Adam's on here too. Adam just said, Adam and I did a video with Bella, Steak and Butter Gal, to talk about healing humanity. And Adam said it went live today. So that'll be fun to watch after this.
Nice. Did you eat some butter for
her? I'm always eating butter. Hey, speaking of eating butter, I'm doing Be Lion. Don't be lying. I'm doing lion diet, JT. I'm on day 3, but I call it Be Lion because I'm doing butter with it. Butter and lion. So it's not technically lion, but I've been feeling pretty good. When I did lion before, I did it for like 60 days. I think I added in some butter at the end, but
call it the tiger diet then.
right?
It's a little different.
Let's see. Carnivore roll call. Tell us where you're from here on the side.
Oh, lingua is tongue? Okay, thanks, Arizona, Christy. Learn something every day.
Hey guys, I started carnivore diet 3 weeks ago and I've been having some side effects. Well, I hope you're doing well. A lot of people have side effects the first couple of weeks because your body's doing a major transition, getting over possibly decades of consuming sugar and seed oils, and you got to process all that stuff out. A lot of people end up in the bathroom for the first couple of weeks, but usually around week 3 or so, it starts going away. So hopefully you're near the end of it.
Absolutely. Someone was asking how long I've been carnivore. Ryan, I've been carnivore now for 254 days.
Nice job, JT.
Hey,
Now, I want to interview Kerry when he hits 365. So
it's coming up soon. I was trying to think when we're doing the Dr. Hampton thing. I think it'll be a little bit after that. 18 days. It'll be 18 days from now. I'll be 1 year. It'll be my carniversary in 18 days.
It was right after Lily's birthday. Out.
Thank you so much.
How do you feel, bud, after a year?
How do I feel?
Yeah.
Incredible. I've never felt better my whole life. I feel amazing. And Dr. Chafee told me around like month 4, he's like, dude, you feel so good now. It's just going to get better. And I'm like, there's no way it's getting better. And it has gotten better and better. Just incredible. I talked about this before. I'll make it real quick, but I'm getting into the doctor. Jen's going to help me make the appointment. My insurance is so screwy and very expensive because we're self-employed, but I'm going in to get my ejection fraction tested. This would be one of the first times I've gone to the doctor. I've been to probably 1,000 doctor's appointments. Every other time it was because there's something wrong. Please help me. I have nothing wrong with me. I'm simply going in because I want them to tell me what my ejection fraction is because I was diagnosed with congestive heart failure years ago, and I'm almost positive it's reversed. If I had to bet, I would bet all the money in the bank it's been reversed. But
what's an ejection fraction?
Yeah, good question. Ejection fraction is your heart's ability to keep up with the needs of your body, and it's a measurement. They'll do like a ultrasound on your heart, and they could see how much blood it's pushing through. And if you have a low ejection fraction under a certain threshold, it's considered congestive heart failure, which is a very scary thing. And so I was diagnosed with congestive heart failure. It sounds worse than it is in some cases, like, oh, you're going to die, you have heart failure, but it's not necessarily like that. It is bad, but it just means your heart can't keep up. And when I'd stand up, I'd get really dizzy, and I would always be fatigued. And on carnivore, almost a year into it now, I have none of that. Like before, I would stand up out of this chair, and I would literally have to hold on to something. I have none of that anymore. I could stand up right now and run around this theater 100 times, and I don't think I would get tired. And I do. Yeah, I do that sometimes. I like running around here doing laps.
I used to watch your videos, bud, and you had to sit down a lot.
Yeah, huffing and puffing and out of breath. So
there's one point you were very big, and you even hurt your thumb. You were putting in, I don't know what you were doing. Was that the hot tub or something you were trying to put in?
Yeah, for our Airbnb, we got to use.
He wasn't thinking straight.
I still got it. Maybe you could see it on there. I don't know.
I remember that because I went on to YouTube and you were like, yeah, I almost lost my thumb. I'm like, dude, what is going on with him? Like,
I swear, like,
honestly, I thought to myself that day, I was like, he's kind of falling apart. I was like, and then you just totally reversed it all with the carnivore diet, dude.
Yeah. I know I attribute everything to carnivore, but I had such bad brain fog. I was really clumsy before. I was always having things. I was cutting some plumbing with a big razor knife, and I went, cut right through the tendon, and my thumb was just, it wouldn't work. It wouldn't bend like this anymore. I had to go in and get emergency surgery, which was crazy.
Yeah, thank God his dad was here because he comes walking up. He's like, I got to go to the doctor. And I looked at his dad. I'm like, yeah, right. And he's like, nope, look.
Yeah, it was bad.
And I remember seeing that video. I was like, oh, my gosh, dude.
JT, I was in the emergency room, and you could see the bone and the tendon. And they had to reattach it. I watched them reattach the tendon, just wide awake. Like they put some stuff on to numb it up. That was crazy. It's like a little spaghetti noodle, and they have to attach it back together. And yeah, and then it took, what was it, a couple months before I got the thumb working again.
Yeah, you couldn't even do that. It
wouldn't go backwards. It would only go forwards. It's crazy. Wow. Anyhow, I'm going in. I'll let you guys know on that. I'm going to get a bunch of blood work done, but the ejection fraction is the main reason. I just want to know because I've heard other people report it, but I have documents. Like I've had some haters, JT. I don't mind the haters. You want to leave me a negative comment, it only helps on YouTube. But I've had some people like, you're exaggerating or you didn't lose that much weight. I've gotten that one a few times. And here's my thing. I have legit proof. My weight at my heaviest, I always say I'm 100 pounds lighter since my heaviest. My heaviest, I was 262. I'm down to 162. In fact, I've been down in the 150s when I was fasting. That's from a doctor. That's in my doctor paperwork. So for the people that say, oh, you're exaggerating these claims, almost everything I've ever claimed, I have medical records for. Jen, you're going to help me with that, right?
Yeah.
As part of the documentary and whatever, I'm like, I got to get all of my records. I'm not even it's going to be this big. I have no appendix. I have no gallbladder. I've had multiple surgeries. I've had this thing, but all the sicknesses,
stroke.
IBS, a mini stroke, congestive heart failure. Like all of this is documented. So we're gathering all of that as well, just to have, not for the haters, but for the documentary, because I think it'll be just show that in the thing. But yeah, every now and then I get those comments. I'm like, okay. I love when people
interviewed Limitless Lindy. People are like, well, all that weight she lost, most of that was water. I'm like, I said to myself, I said too to them, I'm like, who cares if it was water? She was still carrying around all of that weight in water, like whether it's water or fat. Like, I don't know. It just, you shouldn't downplay someone's success. You know,
exactly
on the carnivore diet.
Yeah, her success is incredible.
She is.
We're going to be, we're filming her, Limitless Lindy, down in KetoCon in Austin. We're filming Todd Bachnes. We got Dr. Chafee on the schedule. And now Bella Steak and Butter Gal and Dr. Barry Dr. Baker just confirmed as well. Nice. So it's going to be a crazy week down there of nonstop filming for the documentary.
That's awesome. Let's go. Who's your carnivore? I got to watch Kung Fu Panda 1 through 3 this week. They're really good movies. They are. And, you know, since the fourth one was coming out, we actually went on, I've got the Vudu app, so I can just watch all my movies digitally. They had a Kung Fu Panda bundle with the first 3. William, every day since I got it, he goes, Panda, Panda, Panda. I watched just yesterday. I watched those 3 movies 7 times. It was on all day. But they're really good movies, though. Like they've got just the script is good. The characters are good. The messages in there are good. Like they're really good movies.
Yeah, I think that's going to be a big one for sure. Because that's one too. Every now and then, an animated one will come out. And I'm not interested, but that one, I'm like, yeah, I'll watch that one.
Well, it's got good characters, good, people in it.
How many honks you think I'm gonna get, Carrie?
Yeah, no car accidents, JT. Last time JT dressed up as Marshall from Paw Patrol, we were getting every semi stop in. And almost had a couple of fender benders out there.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to set a record there. Hopefully. Even if I got to go over by the gas station, and we're going to make it happen.
We got, hey, Brett, who's your carnivore? Jen, how's your keto journey going?
It's good. It's slow for me. I mean, I'm still taking one. Where did we go the other day? Or no, when we were at the archery place, they made us food there, which was amazing, too. It was so good.
Carnivore food.
I will admit it was good. Yes, there was no buns. There was nothing. It was burgers. I had cheese on it, which was really good. And then it was homemade coleslaw. And I had that because, I'm keto. So it was very good, I will admit. So I'm getting more meat into my diet, which I really have to work on because, excuse me, I do like salads.
She's been doing really good on keto, almost ketovore. But she just still has this meat aversion where she can't do just nonstop steaks like me. So she's taking baby steps, but she's doing really, really good on keto.
What about the Culver's burgers? Do you like those, Jen?
You did when you were pregnant with triplets. That was her big craving. She's like, give them
really?
Culver's burgers and those Culver's pickles.
That's funny you said it. For Anna, it was Cops burgers.
Really?
When she was pregnant, man, she had to have Cops. I was always going up to Cops to get with Cops with pickles.
Oh, the pickles. Oh my God. You had to have those.
Is that a pregnancy thing? It seems like.
I think so. Weird things like ice cream. I hated meat when I was pregnant too, but I knew my babies needed it. So I just kept downing it all. I mean, the
hungry.
Culver's burgers aren't bad because they're thinner, and then they like cook them a little more, so it's a little bit crispier too. So
It's those edges, those crispy
yeah.
edges. When Terry comes down next, I want to take him to Solly's Grill, and we're gonna get the most butter burger.
Oh my god, my mom took me there when I was a kid.
It's so good, isn't it?
So buttery, yes.
You hold the burger and it runs the butter.
Yeah,
like I have to wipe the
exactly.
same place I know where I'm wiping butter off of my elbows. Love it.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that. I went there maybe 10 years ago. It was fantastic.
Oh my god.
That would just be fun to do a
20-something
video
for
there
me.
too.
Yeah, I don't
A
think
question from Josh here. Let me click it. There we go. Can I eat eggs on a carnivore diet, or what's a good breakfast? Yeah, eggs.
it's an animal
You
product.
should. You can and you should. I'm doing lion diet now, so I'm not eating eggs, but the eggs are 100% carnivore. That's one of the best things you can eat in the world.
Unfortunately, eggs do have a little bit of carbs in them, though.
Yeah,
What doesn't?
right.
But
Eat
yeah,
eggs-
I
eat
eat a lot
eggs
of
for my
breakfast.
breakfast. Yeah, like literally, just to answer that a little bit more, when I'm doing carnivore, I'm almost on a year now, almost every single day. Meat and eggs, and then later I'll have Culver's burgers or burger patties or a steak. Usually 2 meals a day, but almost every day there's eggs in there. They're so good for you. And shout out Rick Charger Mopar, because he was saying in a previous live stream, he's like, people do their fried eggs wrong in their cast iron skillet. He's like, it should be swimming in the tallow. And he is right. I've been doing it since I heard him say that. Eggs are so much better. I would always cook my eggs in beef tallow, but I wasn't using enough until I heard Rick say that. And it's so much better. And it's easier to flip them over too. I like them. I get them a little crispy, and then I flip them for like 2 seconds. So they're still runny, but they got a little texture crisp to them. I don't know. I'm telling you what, JT, after 1 year on carnivore, that's the other thing that's amazing. I have this stuff down to a science. Cooking a steak or making eggs, like every time I'm like, it's better than last time. Like, what is going on? It's so good. Part of it's because I appreciate it more, but part of it's because I'm getting all these tips from people like Rick on how to do it right.
Yeah, I used to cook my scrambled eggs in butter, and now I cook them in bacon grease, and it's just so much better. The taste is just it's out of this world.
Woo! Shout out Andy. Yeah, shout out Andy for coming through for you guys, so everything goes well for the next week in Dr. Hampton. Yeah, huge shout out to Andy. Andy's a legend. Andy's the audio video guy here. And JT, when I took this over, Andy's name was written in a magic marker in the projector room with his phone number. And I kept hearing him, like a couple people when we took over the theater, former projectionist John, he was like, yeah, Andy's the best. He's talking about Andy from like 20 years ago. And then long story short, I became friends with the guy that runs the Watertown Theater. And one of the first things he said was, he's like, you got to talk to this guy. His name is Andy. He's like, he's our audio video guy. I'm like, I know Andy already. So yeah, everyone knows Andy. He's just awesome. I literally texted him up there. 2 seconds later, my phone rang. He's like, here's what you got to do. So he's the best. I don't know what we would do without him.
Came through.
Yeah, for sure.
Oh, I think you answered that question. Let's see here. I ordered 50 pounds of cow today, or 1/16th part. I'll get it next week. BK Belgian Carnivore. That's awesome.
Nice.
I got a new friend, JT. His name is Jose. Jose F. He's coming here with, I think he's got 4. I think there's 5 of them total. I think he has got 4 children he's bringing to our meetup. He's a local carnivore, and he just sent me a picture. He ordered a quarter cow or a half a cow, and he just had coolers full of grass-fed cow. I'm like, I'm gonna have to do that now because I've been getting the one-offs from the neighbors.
Especially for Culver's. I think I'll get some Culver's today.
Yeah, sounds good now that you mentioned it.
Yeah, those burgers. I usually get like 3 or 4 patties with the bacon on top. It's like a little cherry on top.
That's what he does.
Yeah, that's a good power move too. Sometimes I'll get a couple extra sides of that bacon. Get some
Yeah,
bacon.
it's microwave bacon. It's those little tiny ones.
Well, here's a trick for you, JT. This is a phenomenon. Trust me, I'm an expert on this. If you go to different Culvers or at different times of the day, sometimes they have that little thin microwave bacon. Other times you go there and it is thick cut, legit bacon, like the stuff you get from Costco, the expensive.
Never had it there.
It is hit or miss. Like even at the same, there's one Culver's near us in Portage. And from time to time I go there, and here's a power tip for everyone listening. If you go to Culver's or anywhere and they say, what's your name? You always say Bill. Your name is Bill. Bill Knott. I do that all the time.
I
But
do
He
it.
did that in the Dells when we were out there. I was like, "What's he doing?" He's like, "Yeah." He's like, "Order for Bill."
I did this in Portage not too long ago, and I filmed it. I sent it to Bill. I was like, dude, you have no idea how bad your fast food habit has gotten. You are ordering fat because Adam, Carnivore Today, shout out. I think he's in the chat. Adam does it too. So everyone around the world is ordering through Bill Knott's name. But anyways, the Portage Culver's, JT, I go there, I don't know, once a month or something. It's like every other time. It's the bad bacon or the good bacon. I go through the drive-thru. I'm like, please, good bacon, please, good bacon. And I don't know if they run out or how it works.
Or say, "Hey, can you guys give me the thicker bacon?"
Right? Well, here's the other thing too is if you order a side of bacon, they screw it up all the time. Sometimes they will give you like one piece, and sometimes they'll give you one order, and one order is like 3 pieces, and they'll screw that up because sometimes I'll go there with the girls and I'll get like, I want 3 sides of bacon. Sometimes you'll open it up and it's like a whole like ton of bacon. Other times it's 3 pieces of bacon. So it's hit or miss at Culver's, but sometimes you get the jackpot with a huge load of extra thick cut bacon.
Yeah, I'm gonna go next time I go. I'm gonna ask them if they got the thicker bacon.
Right?
Making me hungry for it.
Yeah. Sometimes you just gotta ask. Shout out Primal Mike. How's it going, buddy? Who's your carnivore? We need a video of the girls practicing with their bows. Coming up, we will, because we're going to send it to Mr. McPherson as well.
The girls actually are pretty good at it. That was like their first time doing it, and it was just a practice bow. And I think, what was it, Emma or Katie? Well, Emma's left-handed, and then Alyssa's eye dominant.
She's right eye
she's
dominant.
Left-handed now, too. So we got 2 left-handers. And when Katie, I think it was Katie, the first one she shot, she felt so bad. It missed the target.
That was Emma.
Oh, was it?
Yeah, Katie
She
bullseyed it.
Yeah, Katie was great. But yeah, she felt so bad. And he's like, "Oh, that's $5."
Yeah, so we're going to be doing, I haven't done many homesteading videos. That would be a good one. It was just fun too. It's going to be fun for the girls because we get real competitive and I get it's almost like taking the family bowling or something. Let's see who can get the best score
we
with
put
the archery.
money down for each.
Yeah.
Get on Katie's bad side.
Yeah, right. Well,
Yeah,
she wants to learn to hunt.
She said, I'm keeping this in my room just in case someone ever breaks in the house for self-defense. I'm like, you're going to go grab an arrow and like put it in the thing and pull it back. But the guy, Matt, was like, no, you can just hold it and act like it. It'll scare the heck out of him.
Sometimes I'm over there with you and I don't see the girls come out of their room. So I don't know if they would know someone really broke in sometimes.
Right. Just be careful. We knock on the. I'm gonna make sure to knock on the door before I go in any of the rooms. Hey, it's semi-retired Bob. Hey, buddy, how's it going? We haven't talked in a while. Hope you're doing well. Semi-retired Bob's got a great YouTube channel. Been talking about it for a long time.
He's gonna be homesteading soon.
Yes. I wonder, Bob, are you homesteading now? It's been a long time. The last time we did a video together, you were getting ready to go down to, I think it was Texas, and get that all set up. And I was like, JT, I'm like, are you going to do videos of the whole homesteading process? Because that's like a curse.
He said he was going to do some homestead videos.
Yeah.
It makes good content. I mean, wink, wink, Harry.
Right. Here's a question from Jammer. My mouse isn't working today. I keep clicking it. Does anyone ever work a 9 to 5 anymore? Question mark. In all caps. Is that yelling? I don't know. Yeah. I think, but you probably work more than a 9 to 5, JT, when you count it all up.
Well, I'm a stay-at-home dad right now, so I take care of William, and then I do the YouTube and I do eBay. I try to make money wherever I can, and as much as I can while I'm a stay-at-home dad.
That's the hardest part, is a stay-at-home dad. That's a full-time job all day.
So
somehow get the videos pumped out. I don't know.
I don't know how you do that.
And all the interviews you're doing.
Mm-hmm.
You're doing a 9 to 9. You're doing a 24-hour. That's the thing. People say that to me a lot, like friends and family. Oh, it must be nice, because every now and then Jen and I, like on a Monday, we'll go see a movie, and they'll be like, "Oh, it must be nice. We got to work." And then I'm like, "Dude, must be nice for you. You get done at 5 o'clock and you're done. My day's just starting at 5 o'clock. I'm doing YouTube videos. I'm working on the dog kennel. Right. We got the Airbnb rental. We got our Amazon.
When you work for yourself, people think you get to sit around in sweats all day. It's the exact opposite when you work for yourself. There's no time to sit down. You have to do all your own paperwork, all your own taxes. It's actually a lot harder than just having someone send you a check and then they deal with all this stuff. So It does seem like it would be nice, but man, it's working for yourself is it's tough work.
I tell people that if you think it's nice, do it. Go for it.
It is nice though. It is. I got that from my gramps. I used to work with him, and he just taught me about being your own boss, man. Like there's just nothing like it, man. Being your own boss and not having to take orders,
Right.
except from yourself.
It's nice. There's pros and cons. The pro with working for someone else, though, is you get that guaranteed paycheck every single week. You do it for yourself like this, you might not get a paycheck for a while. Maybe you get a big one here or there, and then it goes down, and you're 100% relying on yourself. So.
Yeah. I mean, shout out to our girls too. They all have their own jobs. Emma and Alyssa just started a cleaning business. Emma's been cleaning for years, and they just started their own business. And Katie's been doing Amazon with me, so technically she owns her own business. Alyssa does all of the dog kennel. Lily just got a full-time job out of the house. So yeah, they're all following in our footsteps, I guess, which is great.
Yeah, people. Quick update on Emma. Bill was asking about Emma yesterday. Emma's the greatest, but I don't think she's going to be a YouTuber, which is fine. I never told her to either, by the way. She started her own YouTube channel. She did some great videos, and then everyone's like, "Why isn't Emma doing more videos?" And I'm like, "Emma does what she wants."
Though too. I mean,
she has school, and yeah, so she's been cleaning our Airbnb rental as a side project. And like Jen said, she branched out, which is awesome. I'm really proud of them. They reached out to other Airbnbs and were like, we'll clean it for you. So they actually have their own business. Emma's running her own business right now.
Mm-hmm.
But with school and that, she hasn't been doing YouTube. But her thing with YouTube is Emma will start doing a YouTube video, and unless it's perfect,
she's a perfectionist.
she stops. And I'm like, she's
Yes.
letting perfection get in the way of
Right.
progress. I'm like, dude, I've done like 18 videos since your last video. I'm like, just people want to hear your words, Emma. It doesn't have to be perfect,
Yeah.
but
my mom watches Emma's channel.
yeah.
Aw.
And my coach Bob, he started out cleaning floors for office floors.
Mm.
So you tell the girls too, because then you don't have to deal with a lot of bathrooms and
Right.
stuff like that. So tell them to keep the offices open on there as far as opportunities, because it's really easy. They don't get that dirty, and you in and out. You clean the floor, and he made over $1 million a year cleaning office floors.
Oh,
Wow.
jeez.
That's awesome. So maybe some more content from Emma, maybe not. I don't know. Everyone's like, let her do whatever she wants. I never even
She's
told her to
trying.
do YouTube.
She's actually, because they're triplets, they want to do another YouTube video.
Right.
A
They're,
YouTube channel. Emma actually did have a YouTube video channel of her own before even the Carnivore one. I don't remember what it was called.
I can tell you.
What?
The triplets had one. It was called Triplets Vlogs.
Okay.
And it was them fooling around and playing.
Mhm.
It was kind of funny. And they did that for a while. And then I think Emma ended up doing all the editing. And then she's like, this isn't fair.
She
And
was
then that
getting
fell apart.
mad. Yeah.
Now they were talking about redoing that again.
hmm
But I'm like, you're not even doing the other one. So why would you just start a whole new one?
Yeah.
I don't know. But
Well, I think
Emma's for
thing-
anyone asking, Emma's doing great.
Yeah, I think Emma's thing too is she is carnivore, but sometimes she does keto too, and she's like, I don't want people to get mad at me because I'm not doing full carnivore.
She
But
said that to me the
does
other day.
keto.
Yeah.
She's been doing really great. So
And
yeah,
here's the thing: Emma's version of carnivore is like 99% carnivore, but she
Mhm.
sees me and I'm 100% carnivore. I'm not judging her or anyone. I'm like, Emma, what you're doing is awesome. I said, what you're doing is carnivore. If every now and then you have a little bit of a keto day, you're still more carnivore than most people. A lot of people say they're carnivore and they still drink Diet Coke and they say they're
Right.
carnivore. So I'm like, that shouldn't stop you from doing a video. That was part of it too. She's like, I don't feel comfortable doing a video unless I'm 100% carnivore. I'm like, well, then just tell people I'm 99% carnivore. I ate a little bit of, I had a piece of a Brussels sprout or something today or whatever. So that was her other thing with it too. But
Yeah, she shouldn't beat herself up about that. She's just, as long as you're happy and healthy and you're feeling good,
yeah, for sure.
that's really all that matters.
Hey, we got another super chat. Help, I think I'm going through meat aversion. You got to run?
yeah.
We'll leave Jen. Jen will help me take this one because she has meat aversion.
Mm.
Help, I think I'm going through meat aversion. Was throwing up and diarrhea a few days ago, and now the thought of eating eggs and meat makes me gag. Cravings for sweets is strong. I'm almost 6 months in.
Oh,
Thank you so much for the super chat. First of all, every penny from that goes to Healing Humanity documentary. If you have cravings for sweets, I would just ask, are you 100% sure you're 100% carnivore? And I'm not judging you or anything, but some people say that, but they still do the artificial sweeteners. Those can really give you cravings, and they can be fine. Like you can be like consider that low carb, deep keto, but they could still give you cravings. So I would question that first of all. And then on the meat aversion, I don't know if you have any comments on that because you have it too.
That's my problem right now. I'm totally stuck in it. Like he'll be making, when he was eating bacon, or if I was cooking bacon for him, it legitimately got me nauseous. I don't know. He keeps saying it's in my brain. I'm just like, if I smell it, I see it, I gotta go in the other room. I'm trying to get better at that. I don't know. I guess don't push yourself into it is my thing. Is just kind of slowly go into it. Like what meats make you sick? Like I can eat beef, but I don't like steak. I don't know. It's just, I guess, a different.
Ground beef is fine, but
Yes.
steak is a problem.
So it's all what you can eat. Try to like slowly work into it, I guess.
Yeah.
Question, is it the cooking the meat that bothers you? If it's already cooked, like by someone, or just any meat in general, whether it's cooked by you or not?
For me,
Yeah, like so if is cooking it like the problem, or like if you went to Culver's and someone already cooked it for you, would that be like a little easier?
I think so. Yeah. I mean, I don't know. Like sometimes just the smell of it makes me.
Cooked
Yeah.
or not cooked?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I
I
was
don't.
just wondering.
I was going to say one other idea for you, since you've been doing carnivore for 6 months, which is awesome. If I were you and that was happening to me, I would try to switch things up. And what I would do, and this always sounds so extreme, but you're pretty much doing it already. You're probably intermittent fasting if you're on carnivore. You're eating a lot less than you used to. I would maybe do a fast, maybe do a 24-hour fast. This was advice from Amanda, Carnivorous Me. She's had meat aversion issues, and that was her advice. And I heard a lot of people in the comments say that works for them too. She'll do a fast, and she was like, after 24 hours or something, all of a sudden, I am really hungry, and that meat aversion goes away. I'm like ribeye, 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 where before it was making her sick. And sometimes she would get through the fast if it was even a little bit longer, and she's still having that aversion with some bone broth. She'd have bone broth, and then eventually it would come back. So that might be something that would work for you as well. But the cravings for sweets is strong. That one kind of scares me because I don't have any of that on carnivore. So I would take a closer look at, make sure you're not getting any artificial sweeteners. Or if you are, like if you're trying a bunch of variety of carnivore foods and fasting is too much, try doing lion diet for 3 days, just 3 days. You're pretty close to doing that if you're doing legit carnivore right now. Just limit it to just beef, salt, and water for 3 days. It's not that hard if you're doing that from carnivore, and maybe just switching that up will help you out too. If it doesn't help you with the meat aversion, I think it'll help you with the sweets or whatever's going on there.
Squeaky Toys. I love that name.
Yeah. Thank you so much for that super chat too. Really appreciate it. And good job on 6 months.
Right.
All right.
Okay. I got to get going. It was nice talking to everybody. Nice seeing you, JT. I'm looking forward to seeing you next weekend.
Absolutely. Let's go.
Yeah, let's go.
Awesome.
So do you need me for anything, or can I?
No, you
Like talking about work, like 9 to 5, I'm like stressing out. Like I gotta go and do stuff.
she's got to put movie flyers out all around town for the upcoming
Yes,
movie.
and a lot of other things. So I'm kind of stressing of stuff I gotta do. But it was nice being on here. Thank you, and everybody take care. Yep.
All right,
I'll check
see
in
Get
on
in the
that.
panda suit soon.
Yeah,
Awesome. Bye,
right?
guys.
Bye.
Yep. Hey, not to name drop, but I just got a text from Bella, which is pretty awesome, telling me and Adam that the video went live. So that's pretty cool.
I actually got a video going live after this live stream. I just interviewed Robin, the carnivorous grandma. She hit 1 year on the carnivore diet. She hit her carniversary. So
I absolutely love Robin. She's amazing. I love her channel. She's so well spoken. If you guys haven't checked out Robin, you're missing it out. Make sure you watch JT's video with her and subscribe to her channel too. She did a video, like one just underrated. Sometimes you see a video and you're like, man, I wish that would reach more people. She did a video with Dr. Barry and Nisha, both of them at the same time. She knocked that video out of the park. It was so good. Shout out Robin Heron. She's the best.
yeah, she was my first pre-recorded interview. So it's doing my interviews a little different this year than live streams.
Is it gonna be edited at all, or is it pretty?
Yeah, it's edited a little bit, because when I'm looking at the questions, I'm like taking a couple seconds to read, so I edit out a few things.
Nice. I've been doing it that way more too. I have an interview. I don't know when I'm going to launch it. Maybe today. I did an interview with this gentleman, Chef Bruno. He was 543 pounds and just had a crazy turnaround on Carnivore. And this afternoon at 3:30, speaking of nonstop working, I'm interviewing Mimi. I don't know if you guys have heard of Mimi. Some people in the chat might have. I believe she's about to turn 70, and
Wow.
she had rheumatoid arthritis and what was the other one? I got to look it up now. She had some Parkinson's, just crazy issues, and it's just an amazing turnaround on Carnivore. So much energy too. So I've been doing them pre-recorded too. I just like it that way better. Not that I want to edit and change anything, but the thing with the live is people don't have any attention span anymore. And if you can edit that and put a couple of like, hey, here's the really cool parts in the beginning coming soon, it locks people in. They're more likely to watch most of it versus if it's just a live and you're kind of trying to figure things out still in the beginning of it.
My next pre-recorded will be with Dr. Kiltz on the 5th, so I'm excited.
Oh, nice.
We're going to talk about the law of attraction and carnivore.
He is the best. I know I say this about all the carnivores, but if anybody needs like a pick-me-up, go watch one of his early morning streams. I can't even imagine the number of young families I hear saying, Dr. Kiltz, it's because of you. We now have a family. We were able to have a baby for the first time after trying everything. And it was all just returning to what's natural. That man is a life changer for sure.
I got his book. Let me grab it quick.
Hey, shout out Carnivore Transformer Graham. How's it going, buddy? Carrie, you are a documentary on your own homestead house. Oh, thank you, Graham. Graham is another awesome individual doing some great stuff.
Speaking of having baby, I got this just, out of we don't have fertility problems here, but I got it just out of curiosity. But yeah, this is Dr. Kiltz's book, The Fertile Secret. And yeah, it's I'm sure he's helped a lot of people start their family, and I think that's awesome.
Yeah. He's just so full of energy too. I remember when we did the 24-hour live stream, he came on and was just hyping things up. He's just it's always like I don't know. I'm kind of cynical now with all the bad experiences I've had with doctors over the years. So I'm always looking at people's motivations and biases, and it's like that guy has hundreds, if not, I think he has hundreds of employees, several fertility clinics, like an airplane. This guy is legit. He doesn't have to be doing a 24-hour live stream with Carrie or coming on the YouTube channel. There's nothing in it for him other than sharing the good word, helping people heal, helping people start their family. Like his motivations, his biases there's so many people like that too, JT. I'm learning more and more. Like this guy, Mr. McPherson. Dude, why are you having my family out? You are like a legit businessman with 400 employees, multiple businesses you're running, and you're spending your day with me. Just a good guy. That's the only answer, is he's just a good guy. There's so many good people out there in the world. I constantly like to remind myself of that, because when you watch the news or you look at social media, it's all doom and gloom and everything's horrible. And no, the majority of people are good people. And even the people that would be claimed as bad people, maybe they're just going through a rough patch. Maybe they're putting the wrong fuel in their tank and they're doing the best they can, but they're fatigued and they're tired and they're brain fogged and they're depressed and they don't know why, and they're just trying to figure it out, sort of thing.
Yeah, if a plane lands safely, it doesn't make the news, man. Only when it crashes, unfortunately.
Well, even with my thing being on the news here for the veterans, that was good news. And the reporter that came out, she kind of took me aside. She was like, this is so refreshing and so nice, because it's just so much bad news. Well, and then even on the one, it's like you said, they covered it for like 10 seconds on the channel 3 one. It's
so refreshing.
10 seconds of this and then 29 minutes of the bad news. Awesome. Wow, we got a lot of comments here.
Yeah, I'm trying to keep up with them here.
Dragonfly, question. I'm on day 47. I'm still lethargic, still tired. Does that mean I'm still healing? You shouldn't be lethargic on day 47. I wouldn't think. I would really reevaluate and make sure you're getting enough. Speaking of Dr. Kiltz, he's the one that told me this, and I keep repeating it. He said, Carrie, it should be called fativore, not carnivore. If you're just eating chicken and lean meat, you will die. You will not keep up. Well, maybe you won't die, but you can't survive and thrive on carnivore. It's all about getting the fat. So I would make sure if ever I get lethargic or tired, it's usually because I haven't been eating enough fat, or the electrolytes is another one. Jeff DeProsperous, shout out. A lot of times he'll take his electrolytes or he'll just take some Redmond salt and put it under his tongue in the morning if he's ever doing a fast or getting tired. It's amazing how fast that can turn you around. So I would take a closer look at your fat intake and your electrolytes and salt and make sure you're getting enough of that.
That's very important.
Rick, Charger Mopar, how can anyone like a salad? ?
I
They
never
don't.
got into salads.
It's not. They don't like the salad. That's my theory on it. I never liked the salad. They like the croutons and the seed oil salad dressing and the cheese and all of the little toppings on it. And then still, I really don't think they like it. They just feel like they're doing something good that way. But by the time you add the croutons and the salad dressing that's got seed oils in it, you're all inflamed afterwards and feel like garbage. I did that on a video before. I'm like, if you really like a salad, take all of that out, take your head of lettuce from the store and just eat that head of lettuce and tell me you're enjoying that. There's no way.
Yeah.
And it's not sustainable either, is my argument.
It's mostly water. I mean, we need substance.
As Dr. Barry said when I interviewed him, it's literally crunchy water with glyphosate in it. Salad is crunchy water. I love that. Oh, shout out Brett. So he said, JT, Brett's coming to the meetup. He can bring his Taekwondo uniform and battle with JT in the Kung Fu Panda costume outside the theater. Oh, 100%. Brett, if you're willing to do it, let's go. That'd be awesome.
Brett. I love that idea. I'm just trying to kick this cold before next weekend, so I've just been taking it easy lately. But yes, that would be awesome. The more the merrier. And, we were just talking about kids, man. They're our future. So, if we can help them have fun and make some good memories and show them a way to eat healthy, we're going to have a good future.
Yes. Baby steps. Tara C, $2 super chat. Thank you so much.
Susan's making me hungry right underneath that.
Susan, 4 Culver's butter burgers with bacon on Wednesday for lunch. Well done.
Getting so hungry.
UK US lady. Do we got any good burger places in the UK like Culver's? I was just talking to Bill about that when I ordered. I was like, do you got Culver's up there? No, it's mostly a Midwest thing. It's spreading down south further and further. It's
Ever
spreading.
try Steak and Shake?
I haven't been there as a carnivore. I was there pre-carnivore.
Their burgers are just like Culver's. They're patties. So maybe someone, if they don't have a Culver's, they might have a Steak and Shake.
Right. Carnivore Keith, Carrie, Jen, and JT, 5:45 a.m. here in New Zealand. Just about to have my carnivore breakfast, BBB and E. Boom. Awesome, Carnivore Keith.
New Zealand, let's go.
Oh, man. If I could visit anywhere, I would love to visit New Zealand at some time. I think that's one of the most beautiful places on this planet. Other than maybe Alaska. A little bit different, but.
Yeah, I've been thinking about Australia. It's so beautiful down there.
Yeah. Jay is asking, how much sugar does it take to knock you out of ketosis? That's a good question. I don't know. I would assume it probably varies per person. There's probably a lot of different factors that would go into that. For me, I'm not messing with any of it. I mean, you get a little bit of carbs in some food, but I'm trying to avoid all of it.
I'm not sure exactly what the exact number is or anything like that, but I just stay away from it, like you said.
Stay clear, yeah. I just to reiterate this too, because I got this comment this morning, and I get it a lot from people where they're like, I did really good on carnivore all week, so now I'm going to have some strawberries and some raspberries and some sugar. I should be just fine. You have to understand that will knock you out of ketosis, and you could be out of ketosis for 3 days, 4 days, depending on your body, maybe even a week. So you're not just knocking yourself out for that day. A lot of people don't realize that because they're used to the Weight Watchers. Oh, I did so good all week. I saved up all my points. Now I can have some birthday cake or something. It's not like that. And if you do that every single week, which some people do, which is the reason I'm talking about this, you could like never be in ketosis. You're like almost in ketosis, and then you have some sugar, and then you're out of ketosis for another 5 days or something like that.
Absolutely.
Oh, semi-retired Bob regarding the homestead this fall. Coming this fall. I needed more cash. I stayed in Omaha this winter.
Let's go. Can't wait to see that content, Bob.
JT, you're the best. Stay-at-home dads rock. Absolutely.
Thanks, Ellie. Hopefully you're feeling better. I must have caught what you got, Ellie.
Yeah, this Raquel has a really good point on the sugar too. It doesn't necessarily matter how much that knocks you out of ketosis. Is the things that you're going to want more of it. It's sort of a never-ending battle. There are sugar substitutes, but they're less bad, but you can look into that. But that is a very good point. That was the other reason. If I could just eat sugar and not get knocked out of ketosis, it wouldn't matter for me because 2 hours later, I would be craving sugar again, just like an alcoholic would be craving more alcohol after taking a shot of alcohol. It's an addictive drug we've normalized, and I consider it as bad as an addiction like cocaine or alcohol for me anyways. I can't moderate that at all.
That was very, very addictive to me, so I'm glad I don't smoke or drink anymore. Feels much better just being your full potential of yourself, like being in control. Like when you're drinking and then some people drink and drive, which then you're putting other people at risk, and you're not at your full potential when you're drinking all the time, in my opinion.
Jay's got some good questions. If eggs have carbs, should I cut them out? I would not cut them out. Some people cut out eggs because of autoimmune disorders or they can cause issues.
But no, they Google it. They don't have a lot of carbs, but there are carbs in them, and a lot of carnivores have them, and they're just fine. I've lost a lot of weight. I've lost 88 pounds eating eggs. So
yeah, eggs are good for you. I would not cut them out unless you have another issue. It's minuscule at best. Jay, it sounds like you might be a kind of a newer carnivore, which is awesome. One thing I would recommend too is, speaking of Dr. Chafee earlier, he's got a really good video, Carnivore for Beginners. And
so do we.
Yes. Oh, that's right. JT and I did one too. Check out JT's on JT's channel. There's a link for JT's channel in the description below too. Go check that out. I'd highly recommend that. I get a lot of questions from people in the chat like this. I'm always happy to answer them, but then it's like, it's really hard to explain the intricacies of carnivore in a little text reply. I'm going to always miss something. So there's tons of free videos out there that cover it, that would explain it better than I could in a quick reply.
Yeah, then make sure you add the tallow in your eggs too, because tallow is good for burning visceral fat. Helps you burn more fat.
Hey, Bill Knotts, shout out. He must have heard us talking about him. Bill Knott, how do you feel about having the most Culver's orders of any individual in the world? And you've never eaten Culver's. He's in Alaska. He's never had Culver's his whole life. Bill, you're going to get Culver's when you come out here to the world famous Montello Theater.
Absolutely. I might even bring them some Solly's, man.
Man, I know the bromance with Bill. I got to chill a little bit, but if you guys haven't checked out his channel lately, it is just. Did you see his last video, him scooting around? Well, you haven't seen what I've seen. When Emma and I went there to film Bill and he had to walk to the toilet, it's going to be in the documentary. Bill asked me to film it. Filming that just to see what Bill's doing now, he is like, okay, he's not quite running, but he is moving back and forth upright to the bathroom, and he's using his vibration plate, and he's using his little exerciser with his feet going with the hobo socks on, and he is just killing it. It is such an inspiration.
Even right now, he's totally in a way different lifestyle than he was. What is it now for him? Almost 6 months?
7. He's coming up on 7. Yeah.
7. Yeah, that's amazing, man. And I say it all the time to people. You guys don't understand. Bill has put himself out there in the biggest way possible for all of us, and to get this message out about the healing humanity. I don't know many people who would want to put themselves out there like that, but Bill, God bless him, man. He's a great guy, great spirit, great soul, and he's such a good leader. He deserves everything good he's got coming to him.
100%. JT, look, you're choking. I'm getting choked up thinking about it right now. I keep thinking I'm turning into a big baby on Carnivore. I'm crying all the time. But the thought of Bill, like what he's done so far, and like sometimes people are like, "Oh, Carrie, what you did for Bill?" I'm like, I didn't do anything for Bill. Bill was the one that decided to do Carnivore. That's the biggest decision ever. Bill was the one that decided to be brave and share his story when he was a very private person, share it with the world. He's doing all of this. And the thing that gets me teared up and I'm thinking about is it's going to be so soon when I'm at Bill's place again, filming him. When I walk in that door,
I'm going with you.
Yes. When I walk in that door and see that transformation, I'm seeing it on camera, but the last time I walked out the door, I saw Bill at 700 pounds, and now I'm going to walk in there again, and he's a completely different human being. I told this to Bill when I left too. I'm like, it's going to be like that. And it's already 7 months. It's down over 200 pounds. 7 months. Overcome depression, anxiety, and what are the odds? Like, I'll stop talking now because I could talk about Bill forever. But JT, this is the last thing I'm going to say. You're a YouTuber. I'm a YouTuber. Not to pat ourselves on the back, but
Bill's a really good YouTuber.
what are the odds, JT, of that happening? Like Bill just coming on, and I'm thinking like, how can this guy stuck in his house support himself, make a living, do something? And it's like YouTube, but I'm like, what are the odds that this guy that's so private would be able to do that and pull it off? Maybe he does 1 or 2 YouTube videos. He's not only pulling it off, he's incredible. Like everyone loves Bill on YouTube. He's a natural. He's better at it than I am. I've been doing it for 8 years. He just jumps on and he's absolutely killing it. As he says, it's providence. Like what else is it? It's just crazy because you could have 1,000 Bills out there that I go to their house and say, let's come in this documentary. And 999 of them would suck on YouTube. They wouldn't have the feel for it. They wouldn't have the motivation for it. They wouldn't do it. But we got the number 1 Bill and he's just absolutely killing it. It's just crazy. I still can't wrap my brain around it. That alone could be a documentary. Just the Bill story alone could be the entire documentary. It's just crazy.
Yeah. And that's why we should all just thank him for putting himself out there for this documentary because it's going to help so many people.
Yeah. I can't wait just to walk in there again. I can't wait too, just to hang out. Like you guys have met Bill, you've seen his brothers and stuff too, but I got to meet his whole family and Emma did too. And we're like, just the awesome, coolest people in the whole world. I can't wait to get back and meet the family and hang out and do a campfire and go to Hatcher's Pass right down the road again. It is. I'm telling you, JT, I've said this to other people. You are going to be addicted to Alaska when you go there. It is beyond description. The biggest, best cameras in the world. You could bring Christopher Nolan with his IMAX camera there, and it will not do it justice for what you see with your own 2 eyes when you go to Alaska. It is otherworldly. I can't wait to get back there.
Yeah, but Alaska is going to be fun, but there's only 1 Bill, and I'm looking forward to meeting him in person.
Yes. Carnivore Keith says, hey, Bill, loving your updates, videos, awesome progress. Yeah, they're getting better and better, too. Every week, I'm like, it'll come on, and I'll be like, oh, no, I got to wait, because Jen and I will wait to watch the Bill video together. I was watching them before, and I ended up watching them twice, because I'm like, all right, Jen, let's watch it again.
One of my favorite things was when he was boxing on that punching bag, and stuff started falling, and he looked at the camera and smiled. I was like, yeah. Let's go, dude, man.
Right.
Like, if that doesn't hype you guys up.
Michael B. Live became a YouTube member. Thank you, Michael B. Hey, we're doing a lot more members-only content. We just did it yesterday. Every Thursday, we got a members-only live stream. And shout out Bill. Bill is a member and was in the live stream yesterday, too. And then we've been doing members-only content when we filmed Dr. Barry. I think I did 2 or 3 members-only videos. So we're going to be doing more of those for sure. Carnivore Keith, shout out JT's video. I just noticed of your interview with Robin. We'll check it out.
Yes. Thank you, Carnivore Keith. It's a good one. Robin's she's a great person. Absolutely.
Shout out. Ellie, our friend Ellie, stopped going live. I stopped going live too with Mother Knows Best, meat-based kids for that very reason. No one has the attention span. Yeah.
Yeah. Yep. You just gotta do the content whatever way is gonna resonate.
Yeah, JT gave me some good advice too about the premieres. I used to premiere all my videos, and you talk to someone and you're like, yeah, they don't tend to perform as well. And then when you said that, I was like, you're absolutely right. When I do a premiere versus just schedule it, the scheduled one always does way better, which is so weird because I kind of enjoyed the premiere. I guess they have their place for certain reasons, but
yeah, I got that from Jody Dean on his channel is Hunting the Dead. And he goes around like a lot of haunted places, and he's like, I premiere all my videos. He's like, they don't get a lot of reach, but he says I do it because it's a community thing. But yeah, you do what works for you.
Pumbaa, I'm on the carnivore diet, 20 days down.
I love Pumbaa. Timon and Pumbaa.
Slow and steady wins the race. There you go. Yeah, I don't know if that was a question, but that is awesome. Congratulations on day 20. That is exciting. I know it's like, 20 days, but you're over the hard part for most people. Those first 3 weeks or so, you're there now.
My wife, her first 30 days, she'd lost 28 pounds on carnivore.
Wow.
She's up to 110 pounds down now.
Oh my goodness. Shout out Anna. She is awesome.
She
How's she
loves
doing?
the carnivore diet, dude.
She looks great too. Like you could just see that she has like one of the brightest carnivore glows. Every time she does a video, Jen and I are watching. I'm like, look at her. She's just glowing. You could just totally see it.
Yeah, she's. I'm so grateful we got this diet, man, because it's helping so many people, man. Like that's why I love raising the stakes every Friday. This is getting out there. We're helping people.
Speaking of helping people, Karen M, the carnivorous nurse. Hi, JT Carey. I think I'm getting someone else on board. Day one for him. He's watching you today from Massachusetts. Well, welcome. Thank you for watching.
Karen just
Do it.
texted me this morning. Let me show you. Have you tried this stuff? Lava salt?
No, I haven't.
She's like the salt queen. I learned about the Malden salt flakes from her. But have you guys, anybody tried the lava salt? She said it's very good.
Cool. Yeah, the Malden salt, JT, that's my new obsession. Shout out Adam Carnivore today. He sent me a package of that, and I've seen Dr. Baker use it. I'm hooked. I love it. It's so good. I have this new process for cooking steak because I don't know, just convenience or whatever. If I'm in a hurry, I'll start it in the air fryer. I'll finish it in beef tallow and cast iron, and then I'll top it with some butter and the Malden salt. Oh, it is like next level. I swear it's like the best
Every
steak.
time you think you got a steak perfected, Carrie, you're like, well, now I'm using this egg and I'm doing it with the coals, or now I got Malden's. I want to know when you think you're gonna finally hit the perfect way to cook a steak.
And you know what? I feel like I'm hyping it up or whatever, because I've said that in the past when I did the reverse sear outside, where I smoke it. What I did for you and Anna when you came over, smoke it outside and then sear it. I legitimately at that time thought that was the best. The problem with that is not a lot of people can do that. Not everyone has a smoker, but legitimately, I'm not just saying this. Anyone can do this. I got to just do a video on it. This new process I got, if you got an air fryer and a cast iron skillet, I think it tastes better than smoking it. And it's so much easier and it's so much quicker. And I don't know if it's those salt shakes or the beef tallow that I'm putting on it, the salt flakes, I mean, but I'm going to do a video on it because I ate it. I had this like 4 days in a row now. And every day I'm like, it's the best thing I've ever eaten. Like I'm not even videoing myself. I don't have to make this up for anybody. I'm telling myself like, it's the best thing I've ever eaten. I don't know if the thing in my head, JT, I don't know what your thoughts are on this. Do I just think this because my taste profile has changed because I'm only eating meat and now and I appreciate things, but everything I eat now, it's like, that's incredible. Well, that's so good. It's like, I'm not like hyping it up. It's the truth. It just seems like everything I'm eating tastes so good. Even I'll have like ground beef and I'm like, wow, that tasted really good kind of thing.
Well, the salt flakes make like a crust.
Yes. It's a texture. Right. Yeah. Yeah. Those are so good. I'm totally copying Dr. Baker. Someone commented, they're like, you're copying Dr. Baker. I'm like, yeah. He's awesome. I'm copying him. I don't care.
That's why he made his YouTube channel. He wants people to copy him.
Right. And it's smart. Like, why would I cut the meat up on a cutting board, mess it up, and then transfer it to a plate and eat it? Just save a step. But yeah, he does the little.
And they got cast to the side real quick for the Maldens.
Right. He uses that same salt though too. You always see him on there flaking it over the top of it. It's the same. It's a Malden salt. Good stuff. Let's see. We got a couple more. Hey, shout out Carnivore Stan, another good friend of the channel, helping out with stuff on the documentary too.
Stan the man.
Susan Hampton said, I need to set my alarm for this. So every Friday, 11 Eastern, raise the stakes. Yeah, I should probably schedule it earlier. That's probably my fault too. I think I've been doing them the day of. It get you guys some more notice. So I'll do that after this call, so it's out there for a while longer. But yeah, we've been doing it every Friday.
The weekend, right, Carrie?
Yeah.
Whenever raise the stakes here, I'm like, dude, it's Friday. Like, let's go. Carnivore Transformer, kick the cold with getting some lamb liver. I'll check that out, Graham.
Bill is doing fantastic, said Ellie. I saw him walking and brought tears to my eyes with happiness for him. Hey, same here. He was like scurrying around. And the thing with Bill that I love too is if that were me, I would have been like, look what I'm doing. I'm walking. He just doesn't even mention it. You got to pay attention and catch it. Be like, whoa, look at him scooting around.
Yeah, I like how he's just so hardcore about carnivore. He's just always, most of the time he just does lion diet. Like,
right. Yeah, he doesn't even talk about it. I've talked to him many times, and then he's like, "Yeah, I've been fasting too for a couple days." What? It's amazing, like awesome. Again, I'd be shouting about it on YouTube. Sherry Morgan asks, "Are you still accepting stories for your documentary? Just restarted Carnivore and would love to share my experience." Yes, 100%. We have a team of amazing volunteers. Adam, Lynn, Carnivore Stan, who's on here. Graham is awesome. So many people. I shouldn't have mentioned names now because I'm forgetting a whole bunch. Lynn, Midlife Carnivore. And we're going through. We had so many entries. It's like hard to. We want to give them all credit and watch them and give them all good due, but we have literally had hundreds of entries. But we're honing that down, and Lynn has sent out a bunch of emails. So long story short, yes, we still are. If you go to the website, you can donate, you can learn more, you can submit your story. Healinghumanity.movie. Healinghumanity.movie.
And I'll say, just from the sneak peeks that I've gotten from Carrie's, going over to Carrie's house, and he gave me a couple sneak peeks. Whoa, you guys! I'm between Bill and Jeff. Wow.
Yeah, and
wow.
We have the cool thing, JT, is you didn't even see all of the footage. You just saw a little bit that I shared with you. And we got the Dr. Barry footage on top of it now. And it was all just 4 days ago, it was all packaged up and shipped to John, our cinematographer editor, that's going to turn that into a 10-minute version of the documentary that everyone here is going to be able to see. And we're submitting to Angel Studios so that let me show you, it's going to appear on here either way, but through Angel Studios, hopefully, it's going to be up there.
Carrie, when you get that thing done, we should do like a live reaction to it.
Yes. Well, it's funny you mentioned that too, JT, because some of the footage of Bill and Jeff, the girls watched. They wanted to see, like, what do you got so far, Dad? And as part of the documentary, I was going to use this on YouTube. I never really used it. I think I might have used one of them, but all 4 of the girls, actually 3 of the girls, the triplets and Jen, watched the footage. And then I filmed them watching it and their reaction, and they talked afterwards. Emma's in particular was pretty crazy. Like, she started crying watching. She's like, I'm so excited for Bill. I can't wait for Bill to get out. So Emma, of course, had a pretty good reaction. But yeah, a reaction to that would be cool for sure.
That would be awesome.
Speaking of Bill, Bill said, "This Bill guy sounds pretty cool. I would like to meet him someday."
Yeah, he orders a lot of Culvers.
Right? Loves his Culvers and loves his knives. Bill is a performer. He's so creative with his cooking instruments. I'm not surprised. He's amazing. Hey, last thing I'll say on Bill, you guys ain't seen nothing yet. Bill's got a new drone coming and a GoPro, and when he gets outside, this is going to be next level content. Alaska, are you kidding me? Bill with a drone and his 4-wheeler and fishing and campfires. So awesome. It's going to be crazy.
Bill put me onto the bacon wrapped steak fingers, which I absolutely obsessed about, man. It's so good.
Yeah, I got it. I'm that's on my thing, but I've been doing lion now, so I'm putting it off, but I'm going to do that.
Yeah, Bill, his voice is so soothing. Like, I swear he could read books and like just calm people down. Like, he can do just about anything, man. I really believe that.
Yeah.
And he's not even at his full potential yet. Wait until he's out and about, man.
Right?
Like, I can just imagine what Bill's going to be getting into.
He's unlocking that full potential. I can't wait too. And the thing is, so many talents too. Like I said this when I interviewed. I'm like, dude, you've like lived 3 or 4 lives already as a professional chef, as a professional musician, you guys have heard him play. Most of you here have, a legit musician. I was sending him pictures when I went to McPherson Guitar, and he was like, man, if I could strum that guitar someday. Carnivore today, Adam. Yeah, shout out. We will be doing members lives on our Healing Humanity channel too. We need 1,500 more hours of watch time to be monetized. We've been putting some content over there. There's a Dr. Barry video we did, the full one, arguing the carnivore diet against Dr. Barry. So check that out if you guys want. It's at Healing Humanity Movie. I got to start adding that to the descriptions too.
Yeah, please do.
All right, let's see if we got any more comments here. Question for Bill. Why did you name your kitty Daisy? Love your videos watching from British Columbia, Canada.
Good. Yeah, it's a good question.
Okay. Oh, here we go. Answer. We got it already. I'm so far behind here. For the first 6 months, we thought Daisy was a girl. Then 6 months later, we found out she's a boy. But by then, he knew his name, so I didn't have the heart to change it.
I think Daisy likes his name, so.
Yeah.
Daisy's
Carnivore,
life.
Carnivore with Nadine got your T-shirt. That's awesome. Thank you.
Let's go. Yeah, I got my. Let me grab my hoodie.
Bill's got a care package coming his way too.
You guys, make sure you pick up the hoodies, the shirts, anything to support the doc.
Yeah, I so appreciate it. I've been seeing more and more people. I did a live stream the other day, and they had the Healing Humanity shirt on. Again, every single penny from that goes 100% towards the documentary. Memberships, the shirts. When we do the meetup here, we're going to have a couple of shirts, and then one of the girls, maybe Emma, is going to be at a computer. And if people come up and they're like, I'm a medium, we're like, okay, we could just put it in, and it'll ship right to your house, your size, everything you need. But we will have some of those on hand. We're also going to have these, the Healing Humanity bracelets. I love this. JT, I don't know if this was my generation, if you had this, but we used to have these bracelets. They were WWJD. What would Jesus do? Yeah. So that is obviously a really important message. Those are cool. If I had one of those, I'd still be wearing it. But this is
what I've been doing on my carnivore diet. I've been asking myself, what would Chafee do?
Right.
Like if you're wondering, like, okay, if I should do this or not, like, what would Chafee do? And then just do what Chafee would do, and you're gonna be very successful. But yeah, you could get them for all sorts of causes back in the day. Like, when my sister had cancer, we would get the cancer ones years ago in high school.
Right.
I got my bracelet around.
They're kind of just nice. Is not that I need a reminder. I don't ever need a reminder on carnivore. I'm carnivore for life. But the mission, the purpose, what are we doing every day? Just being intentional about it, having that on there is kind of nice too. So yeah, I've been wearing mine every single day now. But yeah, we will have a bunch of these here as well. We're going to have the Healing Humanity banner.
That'd be fun.
Let me see. Yeah.
Take some photos.
Yeah, take some photos. I got some cool ones we did with Dr. Hampton, so we'll have that here as well.
32 seats left, I guess. So if you guys want to take some photos by the Healing Humanity banner and get to hang out with everybody, we get to hear from Dr. Tony Hampton now that you got the projector fixed.
Yes. Any thoughts on Dr. Baker and Kent Carnivore? I love them both. I couldn't believe how much he has gone through. Unbelievable. Kent Carnivore, his real name is Lee. I love Lee. Lee's killing it lately too. I don't know if you guys have been checking out his channel, but you should. I shared a couple of his videos. He's been doing some debunking vegans arguments against him. I love that video. He's got an incredible story. He's been through so much, but one of his biggest things is mental health, depression, anxiety, let alone losing his colon. The biggest lesson I've learned from Lee, and I've said this before, but I'll say it real quick here. JT, a lot of people will say, no one's going to do carnivore until they get so desperate and so hopeless. Unfortunately, that's the truth, right? Some people will not do it until they get so sick and so hopeless. Lee's point, and I used to just say, yeah, that's it. So I'm not pushing anyone. However, Lee changed that in my mind, and it's created a conundrum for me. Like, I don't know what to do because I have family and loved ones, right? I can't tell them what to do. But Lee's point is, hopefully they don't wait till they're like me and they lose their colon forever. You can't reverse that. And Lee says, if I would have done Fun Carnivore earlier, I'd still have my colon right now. And Jeff DeProsperous says he believes his cancer was caused from lifestyle, mainly from the food he was eating for years. He can't go back now on that. And so that's my argument to people, that there's some people out there like, yeah, if I get sick enough, I'll do it. Well, hopefully it won't be too late for you. And, my other thing, JT, sorry, I'm going to start rambling. We got to wrap this up, is right now, like, you feel amazing, other than you've had a week where you're feeling off, but on carnivore, you feel amazing. I feel amazing. I've lost a whole bunch of weight, overcome depression, anxiety. Us humans, we're always so focused on the here and the now and this. And it's worth the price of admission alone for carnivore, for the here and the now and this. But think about 10 years from now, 20 years from now, 30 years from now, our odds of losing our colon, or getting type 2 diabetes, or getting dementia, or getting Alzheimer's, or getting cancer drastically reduced. Like, aging gracefully and not having aches and pains and mobility issues. I'm not worried about any of that. So it's so amazing what's happened to us in this short term. But when you think about the long term, that should be a powerful enough why for most people to continue carnivore, is just the long, and actually not just living to an old age, but living, like really living, not in this brain fog where you're just barely getting through the day. You're living your life. JT's enjoying his time with his wife and his kids, and he's present and in the moment every single day.
Sports with my son when he's getting into sports. A lot of parents just sit there and watch, or if they try, they'll huff and puff and fall over and break their ankle. I'll actually get to play sports with my son, and probably maybe if he gets into sports, I'd like even be the coach, and try coaching. So
that's awesome. Yeah. Whereas before, when you were on the standard American diet, you would have wanted to. You loved your son. You would have wanted to, but you would have been so exhausted and fatigued. You'd been crashing on the couch. You wouldn't have been able to get up and even do those things.
I was always stuck in the tub, Carrie. And I honestly, before Carnivore, like my back hurt so bad, I could barely get to the chiropractor. And now I don't go to the chiropractor. My back feels great. I don't have to lay in the tub. I honestly, for a while, thought I was going to pass away in the tub, man. Mm-hmm. That's how bad I felt. And then I was just laying there in the tub, and I was watching you do Carnivore. I was like, dude, that's it. I'm getting out of this tub, and I'm eating some meat. I'm doing it for 30 days. And that was the best decision I ever made. So I know you're like, well, you made the decision, but I'm grateful for you that you shared your story, bud, because you got me to make that decision for myself.
Awesome. Well, hey, I'm grateful for you because now you're sharing your example and you're having all of these carnivores on your channel and it's just spreading like crazy. So it's like paying it forward. It's just, I'm telling you, that's how we're going to change this. And we need to, I guess, taking it full circle, the kids in the future, we got Ellie in here who's got some young kids too that are killing it, eating the proper human diet. JT
was on that live stream with Dr. Chafee where we talked all about kids. And I told everybody on there, I wanted to open that up to more parents than just me. I wanted to give some opportunity, but I wanted to give people an opportunity to ask a question that's really was bothering them. Like, is this stunting my, I get comments all the time. They're like, dude, you're stunting your son's growth.
Goodness.
You're setting your son up for heart attacks, bruh. And I'm like, dude, and Chafee was laughing. Like, he was like, dude, whoever said those comments, he's like, they are so misinformed. Misinformed.
Oh, and Dr. Barry, too. I puts a big smile on my face when I think about William and I think about Ellie's kids. And then Dr. Barry, he was talking about it, too. And he's like, I'm not being mean, but they're going to need to have a different class for these carnivore, proper human diet kids because they're performing on another level. His young son, he's like, he's so much smarter and more advanced than all of his peers, so much more energy. And he's doing that from youth all the way up. Like JT and I are starting as grown men already, but it's something. But
and Rick, 40-year carnivore, he used to be small. His parents thought they wanted him to grow. He was little, but then he started getting on carnivore. Now Rick's over 6 feet.
Nice.
Carnivore Stan, thank you. I would love to be a coach one day. Thank you.
Sherry Morgan, $5 super chat. Thank you. I had severe form of non-cellulite T-shirate, the inside of my palate and face. Egg yolks, ghee, and bone marrow kept me alive. Wow. Awesome.
Cherry baby.
You know who that is? You know who that one's from?
Who?
Frankie Valli in the Four Seasons.
Ah, okay. See, I listen to all sorts of stuff, man, from Bach to rap to.
Me too. I love it all. I don't have any.
I like the doo-wop, where they get together in groups and you don't see that no more, the doo-wop.
Well, years ago, maybe like 10 years ago, we went on vacation on a cruise and they had a Frankie Valli in the Four Seasons like band. And that was one of the first songs. And I never forget it because my mother-in-law's name is Sherry. Plus, it's
Anna's grandma is Sherry. So whenever we go in to hang out with her, I'm always like, Sherry, baby.
Right? Yeah. Frankie Valli in the Four Seasons. They got some good stuff for sure.
They do.
Bring it full circle. Awesome. All right, man. Well, so JT, you got a video coming up after this?
Yep. It should be out as soon as this gets off. It should be out. Maybe you guys already got the notification. I interviewed Robin, the carnivorous grandma. She just hit 1 year on the carnivore diet. And I wanted to ask her, what happened to you in that 1 year? From then when you started to 1 year in, what has happened for anybody who wants to know what eating meat only for a year does to you?
I am going to be watching that immediately after this, and you guys are going to be You're gonna be famous for a minute. I'm watching it on the big screen. Someone just said in the comments, "Oh, Carrie Flexen, you're at the movie theater." Thank you. I'm actually testing this stuff out because we're doing the Dr. Hampton thing next week, and I'm working some kinks out. But it's pretty fun too. I watched Bill's video last week on the big screen. I sent him a picture. I'm like, "How does it feel to be on the big screen, buddy?" Get used to it.
Yeah, you're lucky, man. You got that big screen life, man. You can even test your own videos and see how they're hitting.
Right? Yeah. Yeah. It's a
We
blessing.
should do a live reaction of that torch, buddy.
Yeah. Sitting in the theater. Yeah, for sure. Because we're going to do, and members, JT, others, friends, whatever, we're going to do like a pre-screening. What is it called? I can't think of the name right now. Where it's not completely final. We're going to take some advice. Oh, maybe change this, tweak this, and before we get the final one done. So we'll be doing that for sure. But yeah, thank you guys so much. Thank you, Bill, not in the chat. Thank you, everyone else. Carnivore Transformer, JT. This has been a lot of fun. Check it out again next week
for the Montello meetup.
Yeah, there's a couple tickets left. The link in the description below. Go watch JT's video. I'm going to be watching it with Carnivore's grandma, Robin Heron. She's
my
awesome.
bucket hat at the meetup, Carrie. So
Yeah.
there's no way they can miss me. I'll have my cow hat on.
For sure. And after you're done with that, tomorrow, check it out. I think you guys will like the Bill Gates video I did. I've been working pretty hard on that one and got kind of fired up with it. But
well, yeah, I mean, come on. Really, though, when I saw you post that that he said that peanut M&Ms are healthier than meat, I just could not. I was like, dude, this has got to be a joke, man. Like this. It is a joke to say that, but I thought, I was like, is that made up or like there's no way that guy actually said that.
Oh, he said that, and he said a lot of other stuff that's really crazy that I cover in this video. It's just insane. So thank you guys. Cool. Thank you guys so much. Have a great weekend.
Bye, guys.